Welcome everybody to the multiverse of movies. I'm your host Isaac, and today I was sent this video by a subscriber. He told me I should react to the video, and might as well react to it because look, Geeks and Gamers, I'm just going to go ahead and hit the dislike button. I cannot stand Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. I cannot stand these weirdos on YouTube, anti-SJWs, who claim that they're saving the movie fandom or the video game fandom and claim that they're being oppressed, when in reality, they're the idiots who are oppressing others. Because anytime a female, a gay person, or a person of color stars in a movie or show, they start claiming that oh my god, virtue signaling, whoa, libtard, oh my gosh, this and that. And it's like, it gets annoying. So we're going to react to this video. So I made a previous video about the review bombing. And I want to say Jeremy actually defended the review bombing on IMDb by proven homophobic people. Because I've seen a lot of the stuff, and they were homophobic. And Jeremy, and this was before the movie ever even came out. And Jeremy said that, these are the fans giving their opinion. And I'm like, okay, first of all, don't call them the fans. They're homophobes. Their life has so little meaning that they're willing to review bomb a movie that they've yet to see. And second, the movie hadn't even come out, so I don't even, I watched the entire video and I lost brain cells hearing him talk. But now we're going to hear Eternals being positive review bombed on Rotten Tomatoes. This is dangerous, and I'm going to go ahead and see what he says.
What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video.
Oh yeah, the tomato review, the tomato meter, 48%. I'm surprised. I think Eternals is my favorite Marvel movie of all time. But hey, it's understandable. When I saw the movie, even though I loved it, and I did a review on this already, even though I loved it, I'll admit, when I saw the movie, I'm like, yeah, a lot of people aren't gonna like this because this does feel unique and different to the MCU. But anyways,
today we are talking about the Eternals, the latest film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But more importantly, the first film that has ever had diversity, inclusion, and representation.
You've got to be a special kind of stupid if you think that's how people think about this movie. I'll just put that out right now. But anyways,
which means it's automatically one of, if not the greatest films ever made. And if you disagree with that point, you are an ism and you're toxic.
No. He already got this wrong. When people call you racist, sexist, homophobic, they're not saying it because you didn't like a movie. They're saying it based on all the complaints you have over a movie. Because remember, his first Eternals video was attacking the actor, what's his name, Camille Najimali, attacking him because Camille actually, he was reacting to an article saying that a bunch of homophobic people review bombed Eternals, and Camille Najimali said, these are not the fans we want. These are the fans that we do not want. And Jeremy defended it by saying, these are fans and that they have opinions and they're being oppressed and all this. And Jeremy's not being called racist, homophobic, or anything because he hates the movie, or I don't know if he hates it or not, but people are calling him this because there's a pattern. And when you have a pattern like this, you start getting suspicious. And one of the patterns he's been showing is every one of his most popular videos, or 90% of the content coming out of his channel, is basically him complaining about gay people in movies, or women in movies, or people of color in movies, or minorities in general, and making fun of people who want inclusion in film. Because as much as you want to deny it, for a long time, cinema has been only straight white males. Obviously, it's not always been like that. You do get movies that obviously have representation, but it seems like Jeremy believes that nowadays, it's only representation, when reality is, if you look at the statistics, straight white men still star in more movies than minorities. So Jeremy has a little bit of an ignorance, but again, ignorance is the most powerful tool someone can have, because you just deny facts. You deny humanity. But obviously a straight white male wouldn't understand that.
And you should be banned on all platforms. Let's just get that out of the way.
Well, I mean, if you are being homophobic, racist, and sexist, you should be banned from all platforms, because you are now spreading false propaganda and you are spreading hatred. And not only that, but you're going to spread to people, because as much as you want to deny it, the internet has a powerful tool that you can impact people with the things you say. For example, here on the internet recently, we've been talking a lot about Spider-Man No Way Home, and now that's impacted people people's excitement for Spider-Man No Way Home. And the same applies to homophobia, sexism, and racism. If you have an influencer that you love and is spewing off a lot of racist stuff, obviously a normal human being would be like, oh, that's racist, I'm going to unsubscribe to this person. But a lot of people will not realize this, but they'll start believing this racist stuff. They'll start believing the sexist stuff, this homophobic stuff. Back when I used to be a subscriber of Geeks and Gamers, I used to believe Brie Larson was the devil. But the more time passed by, I realized, no, that's not the case at all. And so you should be deplatformed if you're spreading hatred. Do I think Jeremy should be deplatformed? Absolutely, yeah. Because you're spreading lies to a bunch of people who now believe that Hollywood is just filled with gay people wanting gay people in movies. So, I've met a lot of Geeks and Gamers subscribers. I used to be one of them back in the day. And I know from my own perspective that Jeremy has the power to change people's minds. And not because he himself is very good at speaking, but it's just when you're an influencer with the size of Geeks and Gamers. Like you can see right here, 360K subscribers, which is a lot more than me, obviously. When you have that much influence, you have influence on specific people. Now, not everyone is going to change their mind. Maybe you'll meet people who are already exactly in your mindset. But at the end of the day, that is going to affect people. So you should be deplatformed if you're sexist, homophobic, and racist. But anyways.
With any film that has diversity and inclusion and representation, we have to talk about something that's very, very dangerous online. Now, that's not the standard I have implemented. That's the standard others have implemented.
No. You've implemented it. You've implemented it. Because you go on your channel, literally when Indiana Jones 5, why did I for a while I thought I said 6, but on Indiana Jones 5, when they casted a female, without saying anything besides she's going to be in the movie with the side of Indiana Jones, you decided to make an entire video saying how Lucasfilm is trying to spread feminism, even though it's just a female. So the reality is there's a reason why people are calling you sexist. There's a reason for things like this. And before you use the excuse that, oh, I have a wife, I have a daughter, knowing people and being close to a person from a different race, gender, ethnicity, whatever, doesn't mean you're in alliance with them. It doesn't mean anything at all. I guarantee you, I've had white friends who said suspicious things, and I'm a Hispanic, and that doesn't mean they're not racist. I mean, that doesn't mean they're not racist just because they know me. You can still be racist. But anyways.
Often do here, we're going to play by their rules, and let's see if they like
when you play by our rules, you just don't be sexist, homophobic, racist. I don't get why it's so hard. But again, straight white males will never understand this. Sadly, they'll never understand it, or at least most of them, sadly, but because they believe they're being oppressed. I mean, but hey, I guess they've never opened a history textbook.
By their rules. Now, review bombing. Review bombing is something that is so terrible and so toxic and so dangerous.
Because it is.
To the online movie world.
Because it is.
When these toxic fans.
Because it is.
Intentionally go.
They are toxic fans.
Talk bad about a movie. It hurts. It's dangerous, and it sets a.
Well, it's not necessarily dangerous because at the end of the day, obviously, it's just a movie. But it is a problem because the job of these review sites, websites, is so that someone, let's say I'm a regular moviegoer, I grab my phone and I'm like, hey, there's this new Eternals movie coming out, so I'm gonna go to the review site to check out what other people are saying. And when you pop it up and you see a bunch of review bombing, now not only is it not genuine, but now that consumer is like, oh, I'm not going to watch it. So now you're taking away something from somebody else. And the reason why it is toxic is because you're not being true to what it is that you're trying to do. When you do a review, the whole point of a review is for you to recommend a movie to somebody else. It's not about politics and stuff like that. It's just you saying, hey, look, I watched a movie and I either think it's good, I either think it's bad, whatever. And obviously it's not the most important thing in the world, but it is something as movie fans that we need to address because toxicity in the movie fandom will only be prevented if us as movie fans, we stand up and we end it once and for all. It's simple as that. But anyways.
Terrible simple example. At least that's what I've heard. So, review bombing. Apparently,
maybe instead of hearing it, maybe actually pay attention to it. You know, maybe actually do some research, because, you know, obviously, if, you know, Jeremy doesn't understand this, but a lot of review bombing comes off of hatred. You know, the review bombing is mainly when it's a movie a person hasn't seen, but they're spamming it. And I don't think he's yet to notice that. But anyways.
Never happens. It never happens unless a film has diversity, inclusion, and representation. And then
well, no, that's not the case people are making. The case people are trying to make is that it mainly happens when there's movies with diversity in it. It's proven. It's proven. Captain Marvel happened. I mean, recently we even had one that didn't really have race involved, which was Godzilla vs. Kong. But that was more because of the Snyder Cut fans. You know, they were attacking Godzilla vs. Kong. Not because of race or anything. It was mainly so that they could restore the Snyderverse. But anyways. Sorry if I'm pausing a lot. I think I'm going to try stopping to pause.
Negative reviews. Well, we are seeing something very dangerous by the standard that they have created. This is a very, very dangerous situation. And we're going to talk about it, but I'm going to caution all of you that this may be very harmful for you. This may be terrible and painful. You
know what is harmful for everyone? Jeremy himself. Jeremy himself is the most harmful person in the movie fandom, or at least one of them. I guess you could say the quartering's worse, but and I've, you know, the problem is Jeremy seems to live in this little bubble where he'll only listen to people that believe everything he says, and he will never want to listen to anybody from the other side, understand, and, you know, it's a big problem. Jeremy, come on, man, just for once, stop being sexist and homophobic, just for once.
And I just want you to be aware of the journey we're going to go down, but someone has to talk about this disgusting display that we are witnessing. Again, not my words. We're using their logic against them, so let's talk about the toxicity we are seeing from.
Okay, so you're telling me it's not toxic to attack a movie you've yet to see on a review site, which has the purpose so that when people want to go check out reviews, they want to check it out from people who've actually seen the film. That's why I respect Rotten Tomatoes so much. Rotten Tomatoes, you actually have to verify that you watched the movie. IMDb sadly doesn't do that, and other sites sadly don't do that. But Rotten Tomatoes, at least they verify it. And I don't know why that's a problem. At the end of the day, if I'm listening to a movie review from somebody else, I want them to, at least the bare minimum that I want from the person who's reviewing the movie is to watch the movie itself. That's all you got to do. It's really all you got to do. It's like, what's the debate to be had? If you're watching a movie review, you're going to want them to have a review. It's like if you're watching video game reviews, you're going to want to know that the person actually played the video game. But anyways.
Review bombing. Oh my gosh, I know. I didn't believe it was real either until I looked for myself. And there I saw it, ladies and gentlemen. Positive reviews after positive review after positive review.
I should probably put a big screen.
A real person that actually likes this movie that's not a shill.
Oh my freaking god!
And you just see
oh my. Nah, I'm sorry. I went on a rant about this on Twitter a few days ago. And this isn't just a Geeks and Gamers thing. This is a thing affecting the entire movie fandom. And I'm talking about YouTubers who I'm even close friends with. And to all my YouTubers who are close friends with, even though they don't even watch my videos, but a lot of my friends here on YouTube that I've been in live stream with, that I've hung out with on their YouTube channels, I talked to them on Twitter. A lot of them seem to believe this false idea that if you like a movie, you're a shill. And especially when it comes to Marvel or Disney movies. And I always hear, like, I remember just yesterday on my comments for my Eternals review, someone was like, Disney shill, Marvel shill. I'm like, how am I a shill? I've criticized Thor: The Dark World. I criticized Black Widow just recently. That movie just came out. I don't like Black Widow. I criticized Spider-Man Far From Home. I criticized Thor: The Dark World. And it's like, when someone uses the debate that someone is a shill, when I hear someone use the shill term, then you lose all. Because to me, when I've heard people call somebody a shill, especially John Campea, why is John Campea always the one called a shill? Anytime I hear that, no one ever provides factual evidence to shill. And I hate how Jeremy's example is, I've never met anyone who likes this movie. Well, guess what? You have not met everybody. I can tell you this right now, in my from the friends I've hung out, because I saw this movie more than once in theaters. I have friends who liked the movie, and I have friends who didn't like the movie. But that doesn't mean they're shills. That just means a movie affected them a certain way. And who are you to judge? Who are you to judge what somebody else's perspective on a film is? And it's always the excuse that, oh, shill. It's like, maybe just stop for 5 minutes and think, oh, maybe this person just happens to like these movies. Anytime you'll see in my channel, I've never ever called somebody a shill, because the term shill is so misused in movie fandom that it means practically nothing at this point. So Jeremy, F off, man, F off.
A review with no context and no specifics about the movie, by the way. Now, when you see the negative reviews, all of a sudden you see context to those.
Well, hold on. So what he's saying is, when you see the positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, and I've read a couple of them, what he's saying is that they are saying they're pointing out flaws in the movie. Why can't people understand that you can still like a movie with flaws? Birds of Prey. I like Birds of Prey. Guess what? I acknowledge there are flaws in the film. Batman 89. I like Batman 89. There are flaws to the movie that affect the movie to me. And even bad movies too. Wonder Woman 84. I didn't like Wonder Woman 84, but there are things that I liked about it positively. And the thing is, Jeremy probably read like 5 reviews, because if you actually read more reviews, you see a lot of the positive reviews saying that they like this, they like that, they like this and that. Like, for me, Eternals to me is the best Marvel movie, but even I acknowledge that some people will see flaws in it. Like, I remember I watched the movie, I think the second time when I watched it for the second time, when I was with my friends. And when there is the slow scenes from Eternals, because there's a lot of slower scenes, I was like, dang, this is probably going to be the scenes that loses them and all that. But it's subjective. And not only that, but I doubt Jeremy's even seen the film. So why is he even talking about Eternals? But, when you have a gay person in a movie, that really offends Jeremy. Don't know why. I don't know if it's because a guy kissed him once and he just felt a certain way. I don't know. But homophobia ain't cool.
No. When you see these 5-star reviews, nothing but how brave and stunning everything is and how wonderful it is. So
that's their point of view.
This toxic practice.
That's their point of view.
Of positive review bombs on Marvel's Eternals. As you can see, has
Jeremy's a complete idiot, man.
Critics who are obviously review bombing this. But you have the brave and stunning fans, 2,500 reviews, 81%. And we're going to expose all of these review bombs, all these positive reviews.
Notice how Jeremy never takes off his hat. That's not a criticism, but it's just fun.
Great movie, or movie was great. So
because that's their thoughts.
You can tell this person really
because that's their thoughts.
Was into the characters, knows their names, knows the stories, knows the first, second, third act, was very blown away by it. So many specifics in this 5 out of 5 review. 5 out of 5, ladies and gentlemen. Here's another one.
Because that's their thoughts in the movie.
This movie was awesome with so much meaning and symbolism.
Because there is.
The action scenes were great. And this movie truly helps expand the MCU.
Wait, what's the problem?
A must-see. So
what's the problem?
Ladies and gentlemen. So many.
Wait, what's the problem?
Here's another one. Absolutely worth watching. I can't believe all the questions I have, but also how many were answered.
Wait, but what's the problem?
That can't apply to any movie but the Eternals.
Wait, no. That can't apply to everyone. Every movie in history, this exact review that you see here, that can be applied to any movie in history. What's the problem? What? No, seriously, I want to talk to Jeremy. What is the problem? Look at these reviews. They're not talking about anything about LGBTQ plus community. They're not talking about politics. It's just these people saying, excellent movie. I really enjoyed it. Absolutely worth watching. I can't believe all the questions I have, but also have many were answered. What's the problem? No, seriously. Jeremy claims he's not homophobic, but he's getting mad at these reviews. I guess when you listen to too much Alex Jones, it really messes with your brain.
Movie but the Eternals. And that's what I respect so much about these 5-star positive reviews. It's that you can't apply any of these to any other movie that's ever existed.
Well, no. You can apply this to every movie that's ever existed. When I watch over here Breakfast Club, I have a copy of Breakfast Club here for some reason. I can have this review here at the bottom. Excellent movie. I really enjoyed it. Probably not this one because I don't have any questions for Breakfast Club, or even a movie like the John Travolta Face Off movie with Nicolas Cage. Same thing can be applied. Homophobia. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
So specific. The detail. Like, look at the next one. Excellent movie. I really enjoyed it. That can't apply to anything but the Eternals. It's
no.
Clear
I can guarantee you that this person who put this review here at the bottom, I can guarantee you that they've given that exact review to at least another movie that's ever existed. So, Jeremy, just wake up for once. Wake up. Get out of that bubble that you live in. I don't know where the heck you live in. But get out of that bubble and understand that, you know, people are going to like movies that you may not like. And it's not, I don't even know if you've seen it yet.
There. The details are there. How amazing.
You're telling me that a review has to be detailed? No. When it comes to reviewers, and this applies to not just movies, but food reviewers, video game reviewers, and especially if they're not, like, these, I'm pretty sure he's reading, I'm not sure if he's reading the fans or critics one, but remember, the job of a reviewer is for them, that person, to explain to you if they did or didn't like the certain thing that they're reviewing. Some people prefer to go deep analysis, but some people like to keep it quick and simple. Some people like to be, yes, this movie is good, or no, this movie is bad. But some other people prefer to go into deep analysis, saying, this is what I like, this is what I didn't like, this is that, you know. And I don't get why Jeremy is so surprised at this. I guarantee you his favorite movie, which I'm going to guess it's either Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi, which are some of my favorite movies of all time too. So that's something we agree on. I'm going to assume that's one of them. I guarantee you if you find one of those negative or a lot of those positive reviews, it's going to be something similar to this. Excellent movie. I really enjoyed it.
Dangerous. Oh, that's right. It's supposed to be dangerous. These are dangerous.
This is dangerous?
Indeed. My God, these people.
Well, no, the difference between these positive reviews and the negative reviews we were talking about is that the negative reviews were homophobic. Because whether you want to admit it or not, homophobia still exists. Homophobia is a big part of our culture. I've met 60% of the people I've met in my life are homophobic. And the difference between these reviews and the ones that Jeremy first made that video on is that those other reviews were genuinely homophobic. I've read a couple of them. But these are just people expressing their thoughts on a movie that they're verified to have seen. On IMDb, they were not verified. And you want to know what's the fact about that? Because the movie hadn't even come out yet. I don't get what's so hard to understand, Jeremy.
Again, the next one, I know I've been a little sarcastic, but to be fair, the next review is clearly about the Eternals because of the details that the person's saying. So, yeah, right here. Great movie. Judge it for yourself. 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5.
What's the problem?
Judge for yourself.
What's the problem?
That can't apply to any other movie in the history of existence. Now, I would want to show this next one.
Well, it applies to every movie, but anyways.
It's actually got details, and I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk. No. We're not showing those. Those is my narrative. Those actually are.
Hold up. So you're saying that reviews only matter if they go into details. And look, I understand if you prefer reviewers that are more detailed. But remember, not every reviewer is detailed. Not every reviewer is going to be, especially if they're from the audience scores. Because audience scores are just your average Joe who decide they want to go watch this movie. And if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But obviously, Jeremy has something messed up in his brain that causes him to believe anything that you know, his other straight white friends want to tell him. But anyways.
They actually did see the movie. Well, we're not going to talk about that. That's no. Let's
Whoa.
get back to
Wait, are you trying to say that
specifics.
are you trying to say that some of these people didn't watch the movie and they're just being shills? And again, you have no factual evidence to claim that these people are shills. Just like most people. No one really ever has any factual evidence on someone being a shill. But it is what it is. I guess we just, you know what? I'm just gonna quit watching this video. I don't see a.
Here we go.
Why is my computer doing this?
Story and look forward to more movies and stories with the Eternals.
This video is taking a while.
Okay. Spoken. Best movie since Endgame. Best movie since Endgame.
I mean,
5
that's the
out of
person's
5.
thoughts.
Slow story and characters don't pull you in. Well, there you go. Terrible review.
I will admit, this review can fit Jeremy's narrative, but remember, just because you like a movie doesn't mean you can't acknowledge things you didn't like about it. There are movies in my life that I really love, but there are things I just don't like about those specific things that go on in the movie. Avengers Endgame. Actually, that's a perfect example. Avengers Endgame. It's a movie I absolutely adore, but even I will admit that the whole time traveling aspects, there were moments that were too confusing. There was a lot of plot holes that just changed things, and that's a criticism from the movie I have. But I still loved it. So this person, this person probably thought slow story. The characters are not that interesting, but he probably loved the overall story, the journey. He probably liked specific things. But who are you to judge what somebody should say in their reviews? Serious question, but.
Enjoyed it a lot. No complaints on my end. Wow.
So what's the problem?
Wow. I enjoyed it a lot. No complaints on my end. Guess what this person's
I'm just gonna
name
speed
is?
it up.
Marvel fan. That's right. Their name is Marvel fan.
What's the problem with that? If someone wants to say that they're a Marvel fan, why can't they? That doesn't change whether or not the review is valid. Now, yes, let's say if their name was Marvel fan, F every other movie, DC, Star Wars, everything sucks, Marvel only, Marvel's supreme God, Lord and Savior. If that was the name, maybe you could make the case, but it's just, this is Jeremy. Jeremy claims that movies should be made for the fans. But here's a fan talking about him, how he liked the movie. Being a Marvel fan does not change what your review is valid or not valid. Jeremy, seriously, don't be a complete moron. I doubt he's watching this, but if you are, don't be a complete moron for once. It's that simple. And maybe instead of being biased, because Jeremy, if you're using the argument that this Marvel fan guy doesn't have a valid argument to do this review, then you can't either for the Star Wars original trilogy, because you could say you're biased about that original trilogy, and I think Jeremy likes the prequels. Yeah, the prequels, same thing with the prequels. You could use that same exact valid excuse, or an invalid excuse.
Good Lord. Characters were great. Got to see what each one of them can do. Felt new and refreshing. Go see it. Clearly, specifically about the Eternals.
All right.
My daughters and I love.
All right, hold up. Let me read this
movie
one.
had some funny moments, as well as emotional. That can't apply to anything but the Eternals.
Okay, but Jeremy, who's making the narrative that Eternals is like the only movie you can give positive reviews to? Like, Jeremy, who are you talking to that makes you believe all, and especially you who doesn't really seem to be that big of a Marvel fan? Like, who are you keeping up this information with? Like, serious question. All right, I'm not going to watch the entire video because I know it's just about him spamming a lot of homophobia, or it's just sad. It's really sad. But anyways, that's going to be it for the video. Y'all comment down below after the video. Let me know your thoughts on what I had to say. I might make more of these reaction videos. Because, sometimes they're just fun to make. But yeah, I'm not watching the rest of the 3 minutes because, look, I guarantee you it's, oh yeah, so I guess he eventually talks on his own. You can see from here, but I'm not going to continue with the rest of this video. And within the span of 7 minutes, you couldn't prove me you couldn't prove to me why is it that you're so mad at Eternals. I don't know. But toxic masculinity at its finest. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. And also let me know down below, do you like these reaction videos? Do you not? Whatever it is, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Peace.